So Tuan Nik, you chaired the CSAP, Committee to Strengthen Accounting Profession. We have these 15 recommendations made. I'm not going to list out 10. But recently, early this year, there's a brouhaha about this CSAP recommendations. So can you share a bit on that and what's your response to that?
I think the first person that I look at towards, so this issue you mentioned is Dr. V, because I think we have been on this issue for many years. In fact, actually, if I have to mention this, a lot of people don't realize that Young CPA was incorporated in 1958, just a year after we got our independence. Somehow that point is not in the head of many people, accountants included. And we were ahead of so many countries in the world with that. Something that we should be proud of. But somehow, I think over the years, the accounting landscape changed. I think if you look at the KPIs of most of the CEOs of the big professional body, I think, and although I don't have access, membership growth is one of the key KPI, which brings the profession into a direction where, are you really, serving the needs of the society, or you become an institution on your own, serving your own self-interest. And because of that, I think if you read the CSAP report, because my CSAP report, I think if you read the report, the draft is available on the net. The final report, because it was presented to the minister, we don't share that publicly, but in essence, it remains the same. And when not me, I think the team of us wrote the report. Number one, we consciously write a report to people in parliament to understand. Meaning, you have to make it simple. Because people in parliament, they don't understand complicated. That's why they are there. We are here because we understand things that are more complicated. So the first topic that was included in CSAP report was why the accountancy profession is important for the country. Because people understand doctors, because when you sick, you go to hospital, you get yourself cured, they understand doctors. Maybe they understand lawyers because apart from many of them are lawyers. But when they do something that requires them to defend themselves in the court, they need lawyers. So maybe they understand that. But accountant, somehow it's always a mystery to many Malaysians. So I was imagining if cabinet were to make decision on the profession, they must fully understand the role and the impact of the profession to the society. So the first chapter is all about why accountancy is important. The second chapter evolves around how the profession has evolved from where it started until where we are now, and why being independent is very important. Because I think if you look at the issues later, it's all about being competent. Because to me, the role of professional body there are only two major roles. One is to make sure that you guys are competent and you always work in the best interest of your clients, employers. And if something goes wrong, there is a fair disciplinary process to deal with your misconduct. Because at the end of the day, it's all about us serving the public. That's why when I was in MIA, when the member challenged me about my view on the profession, I said my job is not to make it's not to glorify. Maybe at that time I think there were around 29,000 accountants. Said not to glorify the 29,000 of you, but is to make sure that 29 million of Malaysians are served by the accountant through their professional services. That's the rule. That's why we are professional, because we commit ourselves to public interest or public benefit, depending on what terms that you want to use. But because of that, people give us this license to do things that they themselves are not able to do. Making decisions for corporate, sitting on board of companies, because of our commitment in ensuring that we have the knowledge and skill. At the same time, we have that professional value. So that professional value will always be attached to you if you want to call yourself an accountant. So that's the other part. Then only we talk about what were the issues in the country, and I think you know, you have MIA, MICPA, and you know, MIA Chartered Accountant, and sometimes I call it, you know, I mean, so we have to rectify that. So basically, CSAP is wanting to put our accountant or the way the profession is governed in such a way where you are applying international standard. People go through a process where at the end of the day, the users, which is the society, is given a level of assurance that they have competency. And that's it. So basically, CSAP is just around that. Of course, not everybody is happy, you know, because some people they were given certain, and also in the CSAP report, there is a history of why MIA recognizes the local universities without having an exam. There was a history there. So it was also captured so that people understand why certain decisions are made at that particular point of time, and why that policy cannot be sustained over time because situation has changed. So it was all captured there. Maybe you should read it. We try to make it as interesting as possible. We put so many graphs there, and you know, and of course people were not happy. In fact, they were not happy many years ago. In fact, before the report was finalized, I had an open session like this with them, and they cannot rebut my views. But of course, when you appear on TV or you appear in media, you can say what you like, and the media likes to pick up on things that sensationalize issues. So the intention of CSAP is honestly to make accountant or to be able to serve the country, because I think you know that we are really short of bright and talented people. You know, this country has to grow. We are competing with other countries, and we need to make sure that all the accountants who we produce are able to play their role effectively. So that's it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to be apologetic about my views.
So basically, we need to advise the accountants to take MICPA.
That fact is in the report. That fact is in the report. And that's why I say you had a head start, but somehow along the way you let others to to be more visible, to gain market share. But I think it's not too late, and I think somehow you need numbers so that you can have enough resources to invest and provide more services to members.
Maybe we can use the CSAP in our marketing material for MICPA. I've seen some opponents, I mean people with different views on CSAP, still about CSAP. So they were comparing about countries like Singapore. Of course, you've already answered that one in your Facebook, but maybe you can share it here.
Well, a lot of people, and this way is also important, a lot of people say things without honesty. It's not fake news, but they never validate facts. In fact, what disappointed me was people didn't read the report properly, and they keep on arguing based on something that is not true. In fact, when I was in Singapore, you know, one of the processes in developing CSAP is to go down south, because they had similar situation like us. And when we told them we want to move forward, they asked us, how did you convince your government to change the process? Because they had similar problems. But I think when they came up with their CDAS report, you know, Singapore came up with the report first, Committee to Develop the Accountancy Sector. So Singapore, the way they approach it is they identify the accountancy sector is a growth sector. So the policy that they develop is around developing that sector. That's why they were talking about Institute of CFOs. They want to, you know, because I think in their mind, they want to position Singapore as the sector where people talk about accountancy, you procure the services of accountant there. CSAP is committed to develop the accounting profession. So we focus on the profession, they focus on the sector. So it was purposely done like that because we have different issues, and so we had a chat with them. So some of the issues that people raise is, I mean, I do not know how they end up with that impression that Singapore is more advanced. But I think if you look at the Singapore framework, it's pointing back to what MICPA had been doing since 1958. That's why when people argue about what should we do, I said just go and do MICPA. That's it.